songs of Martin Page, all day, all night, forever. So grab a cup of tea, settle down with us in the Owl's Nest. Welcome all Owlheads, and I know there are millions of you out there. Here's another episode. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's episode, let's have a look up here. Bloody me, 41. Nearly as old as me. And all you Owlheads come here to learn something every day. I know that. I know, because
It is a fact.
Yes, it is.
That human consciousness can affect machinery.
See, you learn something every time you tune in. Now, you Owlheads know the routine. I play demos, all my stuff from the past. And here's a demo from the past, from the 90s, a song called Rescue My Soul.
You can lose yourself in the darkest night. It's alright, baby, don't cry. You can fall down, baby, be broken inside. It's okay, just look in these eyes. Come out of the dark, it's time to save your heart. I got tender love and care here for you. I'm gonna rescue your soul tonight. Gonna wrap you in wings that fly so high you'll never come down. I'm gonna rescue your soul tonight. I give you good love and light that fire inside to keep out the cold. And baby, when you let go, I'll be there for you, and I'll rescue your soul. You can lose yourself in the driving rain. It's okay, baby, have faith. Come out of the dark, it's time to save your heart. I got tender love and care here for you. I'm gonna rescue your soul tonight. Gonna wrap you in wings that fly so high you never come down. I'm gonna rescue your soul tonight. I give you good love and light that fire inside to keep out the cold. And baby, when you let go, I'll be there for you, and I'll rescue your soul. I'm gonna rescue your soul tonight. Lift your spirit back up, inspire that light in your eyes. Oh, let it shine. I'm gonna rescue your soul tonight. I'm gonna wrap you in wings that fly so high you never come down. Well, I'm gonna rescue your soul tonight. I give you good love and light a fire inside to keep out the cold. And baby, when you let go, I'll be so deep in you, yeah. Oh, my baby blue. And I will always rescue your soul.
I'm quite partial to that track. Haven't heard it again for the longest time. Written, I think, around in the 90s, and it was a very soulful period for me. I was working with Paul Young and Go West, and this song has that Motown vibe about it. I do like the bass. It's funny when you play these demos back, you've forgotten totally what you did on them, and then with fresh ears you go, not bad, not good here, not good there, pretty good there, but the bass, I do like the bass. That's Rescue My Soul, a rarity from the 90s. This Radio Owlsnest podcast is a songwriter's podcast.
That's how seriously they were taking it.
It is a podcast about songwriters. Me, just me. I'll be playing you all my demos from my suitcase and from my cassettes, from my DATs, all kinds of media. I've been around for such a long time, even quarter-inch analog tape. And that, in fact, is what we're going to play you now. Quarter-inch tape, analog tape from the prehistoric days. This is a demo for a song called Count on Me that was used in the movie Gladiator, a boxing movie, in 1992. Transferred across from analog tape. Radio Owlsnest, going back in time.
In every man, a fear is born. He must stand within the storm and wake the faith that sleeps so deep within the heart. In the darkest hour, we face the past as thunder rolls across our path, a sign of hope. Oh, when you reached out for my hand, you can always count on me. Wherever you go is where I'll be. Call me in your hour of need. I'll carry you home, 'cause I believe it never
That's a demo from 1992, a song that was actually used in the movie Gladiator. Boxers beating the shit out of each other, but this was used in a romantic moment in the film. I remember doing everything on this track. I was playing all the instruments, and Brian Fairweather came in and added some of that beautiful Mark Knopfler kind of Stratocaster guitar. Oh my God, I was singing very high, doing my gospel chorus in the background there. But this movie, actually, over a period of time, became loved by many. At the beginning, the movie didn't really take off, but over time, it's become, as all boxing movies do, a classic of sorts. Count on Me, from a quarter-inch analog tape.
For decades, UFO witnesses were laughed at. They're just told that they can't talk about it, we don't want to hear about it, maybe you're a little crazy if you even saw it.
Yes, you're a little bit crazy if you're listening to this, Radio Owlsnest. Ufologists and Owlsheads, we are really quite weird, aren't we? Stop! Let me explain what you're listening to here. This is a cassette of a Q.Feel demo. Now, that Q.Feel, the first band I was in London with Brian Fairweather, Trevor Thornton and Chris Richardson. We were doing demos after Dancing in Heaven was a hit, and this is a cassette demo of a song called Shock the Body to Life. Now, I have to explain, I'm doing this in a little flat in London, 9 Ockenden Road, N1, North London, and it's just me with a TAC and a Casio keyboard, the same keyboard I use for Ghostbusters. So it's just me doing this demo and trying to get a groove. And the groove I took from a record, a vinyl record, of a thing called Dangerous Dancing that Jive Records had released. And I just thought, well, it's just drums. It's just drums. I'm going to copy that, because I didn't have a sequencer or any of those computers in those days. I'm going to copy this drum beat from a vinyl record over onto my TAC 4-track, onto one track. Make sure that it sounds reasonably in time, and then I'm going to do this demo. This is called Shock the Body to Life. I'm talking about the 80s, and I must mention here, I was listening a lot to Talk, and you'll hear the influences there, particularly with the chords, but this is not even quarter-inch analog demo. This is cassette demo. Shock the Body to Life.
Stranger than fiction, the way the ride
Now, does that sound like the 80s? I think it does. My God. Let me tell you, around that time, we were looking for another single after Dancing in Heaven had been a big hit in America. And Clive Davis, the head of Arista Records, heard this and said, that's your next single. But Brian and myself wanted to be seen as more like songwriters and not like dance writers. And so we wanted to get Heroes Never Die out. And eventually Heroes was put out because we wanted to be seen as like big country, like writers that had a bit of a rock influence. But listening back to this demo now, so many memories. Even the lyrics, shock the body to life, stranger than a UFO. And there's a tremendous amount of sexual innuendo going on there. Just listening to those lyrics, you should just go back and study. Yes, very, very sexual. But I was rampant in those days. I was a young man, of course. Strident bass. The bass, it reminds me of Ultravox and a lot of those records, Yazoo. The bass was very important. A mono demo, of course. Well, a little bit of stereo, but I was going through my cassette deck back there in North London, Ockenden Road. I lived at the top of a sort of Edwardian or Victorian flat where there were 3 levels. And my best friend, Will White, who travelled up with me from art college, and a girlfriend of mine, Kim Chandler, great model. She lived at the bottom floor. And in between was a lovely lady called Emma Corello. I'm trying to remember all these things. And she was a great artist as well. And is still a friend of mine now. But in this flat, it was all creative people. And I'm at the top, just, as you can hear, I was stomping. So I'm making these records upstairs, well, these demos anyway, and I'm keeping everybody awake. Anyway, that's the story of Shock the Body to Life, the 80s.
Find ourselves reflecting on, are we alone in the universe? What is the nature of God? How did life on Earth begin?
Well, would you like to hear a brand new song? I posted a video quite a long time ago when I was building this song up, a video of me singing this song called Astronauts on Christmas Day.
She's at the jukebox, she's playing Slade. I must have heard that song a million times today. The balloons are falling like colored stars, and cheap high heels are bursting dreams at the bar. The barroom's packed with paper hats. The bouncers pull apart the fights like Cracker Jacks. Salvation Army playing the beat. I hear that angels ringing bells on Oxford Street. The Queen's on TV giving her speech, and Grandma's lost her teeth in champagne aperitifs. I go walking back home in the snow. We know our footprints won't be here tomorrow. Yeah. Around the world, up there in space, I
That's a new song called Astronauts on Christmas Day. I have a memory of sitting in the UCLA car park with in a car, of course, with my manager, Diane Poncher. We were there to go to a conference, and I was saying, listen to this new track. What about the drums? They're so unusual. And what about the vocals? And she said, it's pretty incredible. So that's good to play you. Astronauts on Christmas Day on an album called Zero at the Bone. Media noise, internet noise, social media noise. This is a demo I just remastered. My work with Jack Hughes of Wang Chung. A great song called Love in the Machine Age. Mr. Jack Hughes, a song I wrote with Jack called Love in the Machine Age. I remember putting up a Roland amplifier and Jack plugging in and getting that groove straight away. Pretty special. Nice to play that demo from, I would imagine, yes, again, the 90s, but remastered. Does sound good. And I got to say, every time I hear Jack Hughes' vocals, back then particularly, although he's singing brilliant now on his new albums, I mean, what a character. You know instantly it's that man, JH, Mr. Jack Hughes. And always funky as well. If you really listen to his phrasing from those hits, Dance All Days and Everybody Have Fun Tonight, the phrasing, it's really funky. Anyway, he's an original. Well, here's some new mood music for the background here. I think it's time that I to my usual spot where I used to have a quiz. But now I talk about some things you might be interested in, about me you might not know about, and might be a little bit enlightening in total to your lives. Who can tell? Who can tell? In the background here is a background track I found, an instrumental. I have no idea when I made this. I heard it on my iPod. Yes, it's a retro show iPod. And I thought, this is cool. So I don't know what to call it. So if you have a title, send it to me now. I will appreciate it. So we'll have this wonderful background music as I tell you about something I think might be quite fascinating to you. Buddhism. Yes, Buddhism. I'm very, very into it. And it's helped me immensely in my life through bad periods, bad times. Times you have to really fight to get yourself together and pull yourself back together and see the world clearly. Buddhism, really, it's not a religion. It's a science of the mind. It's a way of looking at life. And when my parents died and friends I had passed away, I really didn't have any strength in me to really understand what was going on. And I found myself, as I usually do in moments like this, in a bookshop. And I didn't find myself going to religion, and I'm a Christian, as a boy in England, that was Church of England. I found myself going to philosophy for some reason. I don't know why, I'd never done that before. And right next to philosophy was Eastern religions and Eastern theory. And there was Buddhism. I literally pulled out a book and started reading and went, my goodness, this is what I need. This is medicine for the soul and a different way of perceiving being alive in this world and dealing with grief and suffering. That's really what it's about. Buddhism is trying to help us deal with the grief and the suffering of life. And at that moment when I found Buddhism, I literally, it's strange to say, but after reading for about 2 months, I basically changed. My thoughts changed, my vision of the world changed. It's almost like somebody turning a page and you go, oh, this is just behind the front line of the world. This is just behind the veil. There's another way of conceiving about being born into this world. And people think Buddhism might be quite dark. But it's not. It's incredibly positive, because the moment you realize about suffering and grief, you realize that every moment that you're here is a precious moment, and you work at it, and you start to see life in a much more bright way. Mindfulness is the key here. It slows you down to think every time you do something, and what causation means. Everything you do will affect something else. Now you can look into the Buddha. Yes, he was around 2,500 odd years ago, and I don't have to talk about him. You'll find out about him. But this is where it all started, and there are the Four Noble Truths. And they're really important. I'm not going to go on for hours about this, but you might find this interesting. The Four Noble Truths. Number 1, there is suffering in the world. Number 2, the origin is the way we perceive the world and how we think. The suffering comes from us a great deal, and how we don't see the world clearly. Number 3 is there can be a cessation, a stop to suffering. And number 4 is there's a path to do that, and that means working on yourself. So those are the Four Noble Truths. And you take refuge in what they say are the 3 jewels. And the 3 jewels are the Buddha himself, the Dharma, and number 3, the Sangha. So when you take refuge in those 3 jewels, you're on your way. And the Sangha is basically the community of people that are working on their mind in the Buddhist way. And the Dharma is the actual teachings, the doctrine. So those are the 3 jewels. There are some brilliant books out there, and I just want to mention if anything by the Dalai Lama is superb. Then there's Thich Nhat Hanh, who we unfortunately lost not too long ago. He's an absolutely brilliant teacher to help us in the West to understand. Thich Nhat Hanh, his books, The Miracle of Mindfulness and Being Peace, are just superb. And before my mother passed away, she had those books by her bed, and she said it helped her understand where she was at this point, which was wonderful. There's Krishnamurti as well, tremendous teacher of the spirit. And then there's an English Buddhist teacher, who started off as a priest in England, believe it or not, and his name is Alan Watts. Also brilliant. He also explains what it is to meditate, and I try to meditate every day for about 15 minutes quietly, and I've kept that up. And there's walking meditation as well in nature, and this all actually feeds into the energy of creativity as well. And my album, In the House of Stone and Light, and the subsequent albums, particularly in the Temple of the Muse, are very, very informed by me seeing a life slightly different. Remember, folks, we all suffer, and there's a lot of grief in the world. It's not easy to be born into this world, and Buddhism just sees it for what it is, and it's a science of the mind. Give it a shot if you get a chance. The Buddhists even say you can keep up the normal religion or whatever, however you think, but also you may join this to the way you perceive things. I know for me, it has been immense in helping me deal with so many things that come at us during our lifetime. Anyway, you might not know that about me. No, I'm not wearing an orange cape or anything, and I haven't shaved my head quite yet. But it's quite brilliant if you want to go behind the illusions of life and get down to the reality of life. And believe me, it's a beautiful way to see the world. And people that know me, who knew I was going through tough times, said, "My goodness, you're a changed man." Even my mother and my father said something good has happened to you during stressful times. And anyway, if you feel like it, have a good look at it, because it is quite sensational. I've got to add here that compassion comes into your spirit in another level. And once you've got compassion, well, you've got everything, haven't you, nearly? So I'm going to finish here pushing up this new music. And if you have a title for it, please send it in. All offers will be accepted. Let's have a listen to The Mood. Well, there we go, some new mood music without a title. I need your help. I think it was quite the right choice, actually, as we talked about Buddhism. Well, I think I'm going to play you a very interesting track, never been played before. A demo with Peter Cox of Go West singing lead vocal. A song I wrote with Bernie Taupin for Aretha Franklin, a song called Free to Believe. And I'll tell you more about it after. Very interesting story.
I got a clear and brighter day since I blew that man away. And now at last I'm at the point of my return. He's just a little history, a shadow with no mystery. I was never ever meant to learn. Baby, I'm free to believe in you, free to believe in you, free from the hoops of fire and the pain I've been through. I'm finally coming to you. Baby, I'm free to believe in you, free to believe in you. Looking back, I've seen the hardest brand new day. Now I'm free to believe in you. Baby, I'm free to believe in you. Free to believe in you. From the hopes of fire and the pain of finally coming to you. Baby, I'm free to believe in you. Free to believe in you. Get back. I've seen the heart and where I crack. Now baby, I'm all over that. Start over with me, baby. Free from the hopes of fire and the pain I've been through. Just to get out. Free to believe, yeah. Baby, I'm free to believe in you. Start over with me, baby. Free to believe in you. Gotta bring me there. Free to believe. Free to believe. Free to believe.
Free to believe. Peter Cox there. He was here in LA, and I said, "You got to come across and sing a song that I've written with Bernie Taupin." And it's unusual for Bernie Taupin to write a soul lyric, but Clive Davis had heard one of my demos that he nearly took for Aretha Franklin, and he said, "I wouldn't mind you, Pagey, and Bernie writing another song, trying for another song for." Aretha Franklin. And as you can hear, Pete is singing a female-oriented lyric and doing, I think, a pretty outstanding job. I mean, what a singer. I didn't flush the demo out totally properly, and it was done quite quickly because they were looking for a song straight away. And Pete came in, and by God, listen to those background vocals as well. Free to Believe. I think I did it in the early 2000s. It could have been very late 90s, I'm not quite sure, but it was on a 24-track analog tape machine. We sent it off to Arista Records and Clive Davis, and for a while he seemed to be sitting on the fence about it and thought, this might work if we change this and change that, but he liked the chorus, and I thought the chorus was really quite strong. Eventually, as often happens, they didn't do it, the bastards. You got to call them that, haven't you, when they don't cut a song that you've specifically written for them. But I've got to say thank you to Peter Cox for coming across and playing the part of Aretha Franklin and gospel singers all in one day. And unusual for Bernie Taupin to write a soul-oriented lyric. So that's a rarity that you get on these shows, a real rarity, a demo unheard up to this point by the public, a song called Free to Believe. And I enjoyed listening to the bass on that. I was a huge Louis Johnson fan from the Brothers Johnsons. What a bass player he was. And listening to this demo again, I could hear me there with the Music Man bass slapping away to a Moog bass as well. Some nice popping going on. I enjoyed that. And now, for something completely different, I want to play you another very new track that I'm working on. It's an instrumental track, and I recall that I went to the Disney Performance Hall here in Los Angeles to see the Philharmonic Orchestra perform something, and I remember there was a moment when they just left the piano player on her own, and she just improvised a purely a beautiful piece from just her instinct. And when I came home, I wanted to try the same thing, and I thought about my father, and I went to the piano and I started this piece, and it's called Alan Richard. That's a new piece I'm working on called Alan Richard. Totally improvised. I was just thinking about my dad, and it's going to be on an album called Soft Mask of the Fox.
And now, my blood pressure has been controlled 100% naturally.
Excellent.
The side effects are gone.
Good.
My heart is safe, and I'm hopeful for the future.
Well, you should be hopeful for the future because you're listening to Radio Owlsnest, and this is the place where every organ, everything... Everything in your body is healed listening to Radio Owlsnest. I'm not sure if that's true at all. I sound like one of those guys selling snake oil out of the back of a caravan in the 1900s, don't I? Take a sip of this. You will not be deaf anymore. You will not be blind anymore. And your lovemaking will be fantastic. I could have got a job back then, couldn't I? Well, I want to play you a track from 2020 off of an album of mine released in November 2020 of all my demos from this show, Radio Owlsnest. A track called Church of the Groove. Yes, we were talking about snake oil salesmen, and this groove is all about finding that thing that you really need to get, the big fix, to make you feel good, which is a kind of religion in the blood of the beat.
In the blood of the beat.
Yeah, man.
I can feel my religion in the soles of my feet. And we all want sex, and we all want the spirit, and we all want to fix. One place we can get it, and the church of the grove, and the church of the grove, in the church of the grove. Everybody's gonna find their own true God, that's the truth. There's a kind of religion in the blood of the beat. I can feel my religion in the soles of my feet. And we all want sex, and we all want the spirit, and we all wanna fix. One place we can get it, and the church of the grove, and the church of the grove, in the church of grove. Everybody's gonna find their own true God, that's the truth. Everybody's gonna find their own true God, that's the truth. And we all want sex, and we all want the spirit, and we all wanna fix. One place we can get it, and the church of the grove, and the church of the grove, in the church of grove. Everybody's gonna find their own true God, that's the truth. Everybody's gonna find their own true God, that's the truth. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Ghost, gotta get the funk going. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Ghost, gotta get the funk going. And the church of the grove, and the church of the grove, and the church of the grove. Everybody's gonna find their own true God, that's the truth. Everybody's gonna find their own true God, that's the truth. Everybody's gonna find their own true God, that's the truth. Everybody's gonna find the Grove.
And the Church of Grove.
That snake oil. That snake oil will always get you. It'll fix everything. That's a song called Church of the Groove from an album of mine called The Poetry of Collisions Volume 1. And I released that in November 2020. I'm very good at doing that, yeah. I suppose if I was selling snake oil, I go, everybody round up, come on, round up. But that's really signifying that we're really coming to the end of the show. It's been a terrific show, I think. I think there's been lots of interesting music put together. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've been enjoying playing it and looking for it and hearing it all again for the first time, a lot of it. But let's do it again. That does signify it's time for Quote of the Month. And it's a really, really, really special quote, actually. We talked about Buddhism a little bit earlier on, and the great, great Buddhist monk from Vietnam, Thich Nhat Hanh, who we lost not too long ago. He composed, I suppose it's even more than a quote, it's a statement on what it is, death. And I'd lost a few friends at the time, around the time that we lost Thich Nhat Hanh, and it appeared this wonderful, wonderful view of how he saw death. And let me read that to you now. This body of mine will disintegrate, but my actions will continue me. If you think I am only this body, then you have not truly seen me. When you look at my friends, you see my continuation. When you see someone walking with mindfulness and compassion, you know he is my continuation. I don't see why we have to say, I will die, because I can already see myself in you and in other people and in future generations. Even when the cloud is not there, it continues as snow or rain. It is impossible for the cloud to die. It can become rain or ice, but it cannot become nothing. The cloud does not need to have a soul in order to continue. There's no beginning and no end. I will never die. There will be a dissolution of my body, but that does not mean my death. I will continue always. And that was spoken and written by the great Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, beautiful. It's a great message to pass on to anybody you know who is going through that terrible time when we lose the ones we love. And Thich Nhat Hanh's work will continue, as we know, forever. And he's a man who's helped me. So check out his work, all his many, many books. So, OwlHeads, we've come to the end of episode 41. Nearly my age there, yeah. Absolutely. How cool. What a coincidence that episode 41 relates to my age today. Yeah, shut up, Pagey. You really are a snake oil medicine man there. I hope you enjoyed the show. I don't really plan these shows. I dive in like it really is improvised. It's a bit of a jam. But I look down and if I see a cassette in the box that I haven't played for 122 and a half years, well, you poor sods, I'm liable to play it to you. And all remains for me to say is buy my snake oil. No, yes, all my stuff's on the internet. Go and buy it. Yes, it's all there. I'm not going to be a salesman anymore. I just want to say, as I always do, have compassion for all the animals in the world. We have dominion over them. And as the Dalai Lama says, this is a Buddhist show, isn't it? We must use our power to help the innocent animals. It's our job. And I want you all to stay as positive as you possibly can. Look on the bright side of life, as Eric Idle, Monty Python would say. And keep listening to good music and looking at good art and being encouraged. I'll see you again
In the Owlsnest.
You bet I will.